Have you ever looked at a map, at those vast empty spaces marked by jagged lines representing mountains, and wondered what or who might be hidden there? We often think of our world as fully explored, every corner mapped and catalogued. But what if I told you that in the planet's most inaccessible mountain ranges, entire societies are thriving, unseen by the modern world? These aren't lost tribes from adventure movies. They are real communities that have built unique ways of life, perfectly adapted to their extreme environments. Today, we journey into the clouds to uncover the secrets of these hidden mountain societies. Let's start high in the Himalayas, the roof of the world. Beyond the well-trodden trekking paths and famous peaks lies a region known as Dolpo, in northwestern Nepal. For centuries, the people of Dolpo have lived a semi-nomadic life, practicing a unique form of Buddhism and the ancient Bon religion. Their villages, some of the highest human settlements on Earth, are cut off from the outside world for more than half the year by snow-covered passes. Life here is a delicate balance. They trade salt from the Tibetan plateau for grain from the lower valleys, a tradition that has continued for 1,000 years. Their social structure, their beliefs, and their very survival are woven into the fabric of the mountains. They don't just live in the Himalayas. They are part of them. Their isolation has preserved a culture that feels like a window into another time. Now, let's travel across the globe to the Andes Mountains of South America. Here, nestled at altitudes above 14,000 feet, we find the Qero nation, often considered the last direct descendants of the Incas. When the Spanish conquistadors arrived, many Incas fled into the high mountains, taking their sacred knowledge with them. The Qero are their legacy. For centuries, they remained in voluntary isolation, preserving their ancestral traditions, language, and spiritual practices. They live a life of gani, a principle of reciprocity with nature and each other. Their shamans, known as Pacos, are masters of energy healing and maintain a deep spiritual connection to the Yapes, the mountain spirits they believe are their protectors. Only in the last few decades have the Qero begun to share their wisdom with the outside world, driven by prophecies that speak of a time of great change for humanity. Their story is a powerful reminder that history isn't just written in books. It's lived and breathed in the highest reaches of our world. But it's not just ancient cultures that find a home in the mountains. In the Caucasus Mountains, between the Black and Caspian Seas, lies the village of Ushguli in Georgia. It's one of the highest continuously inhabited settlements in Europe. For centuries, this community was a world unto itself, protected by its remote location and the fierce independence of its Svan people. What makes Ushguli so striking are its medieval-era defensive towers. Nearly every family had one. During times of invasion or blood feuds, families would retreat into these towers, which served as both a home and a fortress. This unique architecture tells the story of a society that had to be completely self-reliant. They developed their own unwritten language, their own legal system, and a culture centered on honor and resilience. Even today, as tourism slowly reaches them, the spirit of Ushguli remains defiantly tied to its mountainous fortress. Let's head to Africa, to the Simien Mountains of Ethiopia. Here live the Amhara people, in communities perched on breathtaking plateaus surrounded by sheer cliffs. Their society is built around the Ethiopian Orthodox Church, and some of their rock-hewn churches are architectural marvels, carved directly out of the mountainside centuries ago. Life here is agricultural, but not as you know it. They farm on tiny plots of land on the very edge of precipices. Their isolation wasn't just geographical. It was also a form of protection, allowing them to maintain their distinct faith and traditions through centuries of regional conflicts. They developed a unique social fabric where community support is everything. Because in an environment this harsh, you simply cannot survive alone. The mountains provided them with a sanctuary, allowing a unique branch of human culture to blossom. From Ethiopia, we journey east to the island of New Guinea, specifically to the highlands of Papua New Guinea. This is one of the most culturally diverse and least explored places on Earth. The Balium Valley, for instance, was completely unknown to the outside world until a reconnaissance flight discovered it in 1938. Inside this and other hidden valleys, hundreds of distinct tribes like the Dani and the Yali had been living for thousands of years. They developed sophisticated agricultural techniques, complex social rituals, and stunning body art, all without any metal tools. Each valley was its own universe, with unique languages and customs. Their first contact with the modern world is still within living memory for some. A story of the New Guinea highlands is a stark illustration of how entire human societies can develop in complete isolation, creating worlds that are rich, complex, and utterly unique, separated from their neighbors by nothing more than a mountain ridge. So what connects these disparate groups, the traders of Dolpo, the mystics of the Andes, the tower builders of the Caucasus, and the farmers of Ethiopia and New Guinea? It's their incredible resilience and adaptability. These mountains aren't just obstacles. They are providers, protectors, and the very foundation of their identity. The harshness of the environment forged cultures of extreme cooperation and profound respect for nature. Isolation didn't lead to stagnation. It fostered innovation. They developed unique solutions for agriculture, architecture, governance, and spirituality, perfectly tailored to their specific corner of the world. Their existence challenges our modern notion of progress and connectivity. They show us that there are many ways to live, to thrive, and to be human. However, the future of these hidden societies is uncertain. Climate change is altering the mountain environments they depend on. Glaciers are melting, weather patterns are shifting, and traditional farming is becoming more difficult. At the same time, the tendrils of the modern world are reaching further than ever before. Roads are being built, tourism is increasing, and the internet is penetrating even the most remote corners. For the younger generations, the pull of the city and a different way of life can be irresistible. This brings both opportunities and threats. Will they be able to integrate new technologies and ideas while preserving their ancient wisdom? Or will their unique cultures, which have survived for millennia, fade away within a few generations? The balance is incredibly delicate. The stories of these mountain peoples are not just anthropological curiosities, they hold vital lessons for all of us. In a world facing environmental crises and social division, their principles of community, sustainability, and living in balance with nature are more relevant than ever. They remind us that the human spirit is capable of incredible feats of endurance and creativity. They show us that there is profound wisdom to be found in the quiet, high places of the world. Perhaps by listening to their stories, we can learn to better navigate our own challenges. Their world is a testament to the fact that there is still magic, mystery, and profound human wisdom hidden in the folds of our planet's geography. So the next time you see a mountain range, don't just see a wall of rock and ice. See a potential sanctuary, a cradle of culture, a place where humanity has found a way to flourish against all odds. The world is so much bigger and more interesting than we often realize. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey into the clouds. If you found this fascinating, please hit that like button and subscribe for more adventures into the unknown corners of our world. Until next time, stay curious.